Hello, hi. My name is Cynthia, and I'm a career specialist here at the East Baton Rouge Parish Library's Career Center. And today we're going to walk through how to apply for a position with Waffle House. Okay, great. Now, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up an internet browser. Now, it could be Google Chrome or it could be Internet Explorer, Firefox, whatever you prefer, whatever works well. And right here is the internet address bar. And we're going to type Waffle House. And we're going to press enter. And there it brings us to Waffle House locations. And we're going to click Waffle House locations. Okay, great. And that brings us to the area where we want to go. We're going to click careers. Wonderful. Okay, great. Now, before we get started, we have a little FYI about Waffle House. This application would take about 40 to 60 minutes. And within the application, there would be a reference to unit. Unit refers to Waffle House location. And also, you'll also need to gather some information. Along with your trusty job search notebook, you'll need your social security number. You also need an employment record with at least 3 employers, including the address, type of business, phone number, job duties or tasks, name of supervisor, phone number. Great. And as you gather that, we're going to start the process. Okay, wonderful. Now here it gives an opportunity for you to click on management careers or hourly careers. We're going to click on hourly careers. Okay, now that we've clicked on hourly careers, we're going to make a selection here. It says interested in joining our team, apply to management. No, that's not where we're going. And it tells you the different types of positions that Waffle House has available. And of course, you want to read all of this information for Waffle House or on their behalf that they're presenting to you. So great. And so interested in joining our team, apply hourly. So we're going to click on that. Great. Now here you can sign in to the Waffle House application process if you've already begun that. This would be our first time with this user. So we're going to click on new user, apply for a job. Great. Enter your preferred method of communication. Do you prefer it to be text or email? We're going to click on email. And so in that, now it asks for our email address. Okay, so Bradley Bunyan email address is BradleyBun BradleyBun307 @gmail.com. Great. And now it asks to send a code. So you have to make sure that this email address is viable, is current, and you can access it. And so what we previously did, we pulled up our email, and so we're going to go to our email, we're going to get the code, and we're going to put the code in. Okay, wonderful. So we went to our email, we got our registration code, we inserted that information, and then it allowed us to now create new account registration. So it's very important that you have a valid email address and that you can access it. Great. Or a cell phone that they can text you, however you prefer to get your communication. Great. Are you an active employee of Waffle House? That'll be no. Okay, and the legal first name will be Bradley. And we're not going to put in a middle name. We're going to put in a last name, Bunyound. Now I want to make a note here that I don't see any particular fields that has a designation that is mandatory. So we have run through this application before, and we do realize that there are some fields that are mandatory, although it doesn't indicate it. It will require you to put in the last 4 digits of your social to create a PIN. So again, you want to write that information down in your trustee job search notebook, because this is very specific to Waffle House. Great, and it's already inserted the email address, and it says optional here for phone, so we're going to skip that. It does ask for a secret question. We have found out that that is a mandatory field. And we're just going to put something very generic. And say, what is your middle name? And the secret answer is Quincy. It says alternative method of communication. Great. We're going to move on to next. And here it says, please select the method of communication. Here we found out that this is required. And see if it's going to allow us to move forward. Great. So if you click email, it will allow you to move forward. If you click text message, it will not. Okay, your assigned login name is Bunyound. That information you will definitely write down, because you may need that to log back in. You want to take a second to write that down. Great. And now it requires you to create a password. It says a minimum of 9 characters, including at least 1 number. And that's information, again, you want to write down. Put in a password. Okay, great. Now, register and sign in now. All right, great. For best results, please use Google Chrome as your browser when completing this application. That's great FYI. When using or when applying for Waffle House, use Google Chrome. That's what we're using right now. To applicant, we appreciate your interest in our organization, and we assure you that we are sincerely interested in your qualifications. Please answer all the following questions accurately and completely. Waffle House is an equal opportunity employer. We do not discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, age, sex, national origin, disability, or any other basis protected by federal, state, or local laws. Please enter your Social Security number, no spaces or hyphens. Okay, great. Let's click on Start. Great. Select a unit. The units I said earlier, unit means location or particular store or a facility of Waffle House. Search by unit or search by address. Okay, we're going to search by unit. Okay, we don't know the unit number, so we're going to search by address. Choose the unit you want to apply to. The state of Louisiana. Pick a city. Baton Rouge. Now pick a unit. So So what we've learned here is that you have to pick the address, unless you know the specific number to the unit you want to apply to. Maybe you've had a conversation with the manager or someone works there and they gave you the specific unit number. You can start from that point of reference. If you don't have it, you just want to work at a particular place, you know it's in Baton Rouge at, let's say, Airline Highway, you want to choose that one. And so it gives you the unit number, 155. It also gives you the address. And I want to click on next. Employment application, excuse me. Okay, great. Now it asks for date of birth, 07/01. Great, and it also it shows here that this is the particular format they want to put that date. They want 07/01/1977. Select your gender. Now, does it say that these are required fields? We're going to see if we can pass it, and if it doesn't, we'll fill it in. We'll fill it in at that time. Enter your full address in the line below. Great. Great. All right, now we're going to see if we can move forward. Next. Right, you see that little message just popped up? Please select a gender. Great, so we're going to click male and we're going to move forward. Now it requires a phone number. Great. All right, now, again, it's not telling us what is required. It only tells us when we try to move on. Now it says select an ethnicity. And we're gonna choose 2 or more. That's right. Let's see if it allows us to move forward. All right, wonderful. We're gonna move up. Okay, please answer these questions to the best of your ability. Are you legally eligible for employment in the US? Yes. Have you ever been convicted or pled guilty to any of the following? Now, we've read these crimes here and we're saying no to all that. Within the last 5 years, have you ever been convicted or pled guilty to any of the following crimes? You want to read all those crimes, and we're going to click no. Bradley is not guilty of any of that. Let's move forward. Are you a registered sex offender? That's a no. Okay. Now it talks about your time for scheduled work. Showing up on time for scheduled work is an essential job function. Now we're going to answer these particular questions, but you want to answer from your own perspective, from your own knowledge and skills. Okay, show up on time is an essential job function. That's a statement they're making. Do you have a reliable way to get to work? Yes. Okay, the job for which you're applying for includes, but is not limited to, the following essential job functions: bending, lifting, stretching, and standing on your feet for a full 7 to 10 hour shift. Can you do this with or without an accommodation? Yes. What position are you applying for? You may select more than one. Great, you want to, whichever one you feel like you're confident that you can do, you want to click those. And we feel like we can do all of them, so we're clicking all. Let's move forward. Okay, select the shifts you prefer. Okay, we're early birds, so we prefer 7 a.m. or 2 to 9. Are there days of the week you are not regularly able to work? We're going to say no. Great. Now it says select the days you are not regularly able to work. Okay, we've answered that question, so we're available for every day. So we're going to skip that and see if it allows us to move forward. Are you willing to work shift work? Yes. Because we just said that we are available for at any time, really. How many hours are you committing to work weekly? Okay, and it gives an example to enter 1 to 40. We're going to put 40. Have you worked in a Waffle House restaurant in the past? That would be a no. Okay, if you say yes, then there was further content you would need to add here. Do you have any friends and family who currently work at Waffle House restaurant? No. Okay, let's move forward. Have you worked in a previous job that required regular customer service? Yes. Now, if you need to pause it here and make sure you have, get your thoughts together to answer this question, you want to do that. Take that time to make sure you give a good answer for this. And we're going to click on next. Okay, we're going to move forward here. We're going to go back up. Waffle House survey questions. Okay, who recruited you to apply for a job at Waffle House? Okay, we're going to say we walked in. Great. Now, these next several questions, it looks like there are 8 questions here that we're going to answer again, but you won't see the answers to this. We would have skipped over this on this particular video so that you'll be able to answer from your own perspective. Okay, we're going to click on next. We've answered those questions. Again, you'll need to answer those questions for yourself. Those are 8 questions that need to come from your own perspective. Okay, we click next. Now it asks for a record of education. Name of high school. Okay, we're going to say John Bro High. Did you graduate? Yes. Okay, we're going to click on next. Here's an opportunity right here if you want to add another school. Like if you've had additional training, or if you have completed a degree, etc., you can add additional training at this particular button right here. We're going to click next. Okay. All right, so it automatically went to college. All right, so we're going to put in Baton Rouge Community College. All right, did you graduate? We're going to click yes. Again, there's the option here to add another school if you would like to. If you went to some other colleges other than just this one, you have the opportunity to add it. We'll click next. Okay, record of employment. And on this particular screen, you'll see job 1, job 2, job 3. Great. And we're going to put in the company's name. Okay, and the company address. Okay. Oops. All right, type of business. Okay. Customer service. And the phone number. Again, this is the information you want to have at your fingertips so that you can just complete this right away. Okay, great. Now you were there from, Bradley was there from, let's move down. Okay. We have to go up. Now this little line right here on the side is so faint that you can barely see it. But if you move that up, you will see dates preceding, years preceding 2020. So we're gonna say 2015. Okay, May. Okay, that's a good time. And so we're gonna, again, we're gonna do that one and we're gonna say, great. We're going to say 12/31/2020. We're still working there. Describe in detail the work that you did. This is when your resume or your trusty job search notebook would come in handy. You want to put that information down. Okay, greeted and assisted customers. Let's spell it correctly. And great. And info control maintenance. All right. We're going to start with a verb, maintain. Maintain inventory control. Okay. Foreign bookkeeping. Great. All right. Now the starting hourly pay. And we run through this. This is not a required field. We here at the Career Center advise against putting in hourly rates. You want to leave that for the negotiation table or when you're interviewing or you have a better idea as to whether or not they're going to hire you. So we're going to skip down here to the supervisor. Maybe contact your former or current employer. Again, this is another caution we want to share with you. If you're currently employed, you may not want to have your possible future employer call your current employer because it may cause an issue for you, and it may cause the current employer to believe that you're about to vacate that position, and it will cause them to maybe want to take some action that may be not in your best interest. So we're going to click on maybe contact your former or current employer. We're going to say no, because right now it would be your current employer. Okay, and here's an opportunity. You can put in job 2, job 3. But for this for this video purposes, we're only going to do 1, and we're going to click on next. Good. Other experiences and skills. List other experiences, skills, and qualifications that you have that would help you succeed in the job. Great. We're going to say bookkeeping. Okay. File management. Attention to detail. Great. So those are 3 we put down, and we're going to move forward. If you are selected for the position, on what day will you be available to work? Okay, we're going to say, all right, January 4. Great. We're going to click on next. Great. Now it says references. And it specifically says not former employers or relatives. Now, what we did, we contacted Waffle House because this was puzzling to us. It was a quandary for us. We just thought that's who you normally would include in your references. But they said, well, they can get that information. What they want is other information that might tell them a little bit more about who you are as a person. And so they suggested, or we suggest, that maybe you put in maybe a community person that you know from the community, or you had some volunteer experience, or maybe a friend that just knows you really, really well. Again, you want to make sure that you contact those people that you put down so that they can be made aware of what type of position that you're applying for and what company you have applied to. Okay, great. All right, and this relationship is all right, great, and the phone number is 225, okay, 324-5581. All right, so we filled in one, and we're gonna move forward. We're gonna click on next. Applicant certifications. Okay, now Waffle House has a lot of different certifications or items that they're gonna need you to read. So read and read very carefully. And this is the beginning of that. It says applicant certifications. I hereby certify that the foregoing statements are true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief, and hereby grant Waffle House permission to verify such answers. We're not going to read the rest of that. We're going to leave that to you. You just want to make sure you read it. And once you have read it, understood it, you want to click on I have read and agree with the statement above. Because if you don't click that, you won't be able to move forward. So you want to make sure you read it and understand it. You want to click on next. Notice to applicants. Please read and review the following important policies and notices of policies carefully. Okay, that's a word to the wise. You want to make sure you read all this information. Of course, every time you see something in all caps, you want to make sure you read that, because that's really trying to get your attention. And so it says, please click here, policies and notices, to read and to print the entire application package. Highly recommend you to do that. And upon completion, you will be emailed a copy of this document along with your application. Great. And so you're going to have to click on all of those. We're not going to click on those just to demonstrate that you can't move forward. And they asking here for your initials. Okay. All right, great. We're going to put BQB. Right, and let's move down. And we're going to click on next to see here. Right, all checkboxes must be checked to continue. Now, when we ran through it earlier, we knew that that had to be the case, or that was the case. We just did this for demonstration purposes. So you want to check all of these. If you want to read all those, you can click here and it'll show you 16 pages of policies and notices. So you want to click each one of those to verify that you have read and that you understand each one of these. Great, because you are held accountable for what you have read, understood. So you want to make sure that you and your employer are all on the same page and all have the same information. Basically all playing out the same playbook. We're going to click next. Great. Notice to applicants, please note on the following screen, you will need to complete a consent for background information, which will allow Waffle House to complete a criminal background check of your records prior to or at any time after you might begin actual employment with Waffle House. So they're basically saying that they are going to be able to do a background check on you prior to employment or anytime during your employment. And you want to notice that this is all in caps and it's in red. So you want to read that, make sure you understand it. And once you have, you want to click on next. Background check report notice and authorization. Again, it's all caps. Anytime you see something in all caps or in red writing or some color or writing, it's trying to bring your attention to it. So you want to make sure you've read it. Have you read and understood the previous text? If so, click here. Again, you read this very carefully, and then you want to click here. Are you a citizen of the United States? Yes. Select other states where you have lived within the last 5 years. That's Louisiana. Great, we're gonna move down farther and we're gonna click on next. Work Opportunity Tax Credit Survey. Please complete the Work Opportunity Tax Credit Survey. Great. I want to click on this. All right, again, you want to read all this information. It says explanation of survey, and here is another opportunity for more information. Anytime you see this in highlighted text, you can click that for additional information. We've read this, we understood it, we want to take the survey. Again, you want to read this information carefully. Take the survey. Great. Tax credit questionnaire. Have you worked for this employer previously? No. Next. Are you currently employed or were you unemployed immediately before applying for this job? No. Okay. And click next. Do you or a member of your family receive any type of government assistance? You read the rest of that sentence. That would be no. Do you or a member of your family receive any type of government assistance? They listed again here. You want to click whatever applies to you. That would be next. Have you received food stamps? That would be no. Has anyone in your family, regardless if they live with this family today, receive food stamps? No. Okay, have you received food stamps? Again, that question is repeated. Okay, has anyone in your family received food stamps? That'll be no. Okay, great. We're gonna see if allow us to move to the next page. Are you a veteran of the U.S. military? No. Click on next. Do you receive assistance or training from an agency due to a disability to help you find a job? No. Next. Have you received SSI in the last 3 months? No. Next. Please click the next button to submit your survey responses. Next. Okay, great. Confirm and submit. You have completed the initial application process. Please take a minute to review your application, then submit. Thank you for your time. Click here to review your application. Great, we're going to click on that so that we can see an application. Anytime you have an opportunity to review your application, you want to definitely do that to make sure that everything is correct, because this is the opportunity now where you want to make any corrections before moving forward. All right, and so in order to get back to where you were, you go all the way back up the top and see if it allows you to toggle back, it doesn't. So we're going to click right here. We're going to click this X, which is going to close this particular screen. And we're going to go back to our confirm and submit screen. Okay, so we've checked that out and we've printed the application, and now we're going to click submit application. Thank you. Thank you for your interest in Waffle House. We received your application and we will contact you if there is an interest in proceeding with our interview process. Okay, fabulous. So you've completed a successful application in Waffle House. We're going to click on home page. Right. Now it says you currently have an application on file. See date completed below, and that is 12/3/2020. Your application will be active for 6 months. This is information you want to write down along with the password and the code they gave you, so that you'll know when you can reapply at the appropriate time. You will not be able to complete another application until the date posted below, 6 months from the current application completion date. Great. And it shows the unit where you apply. Now here, it gives you another opportunity to change the application unit. If you want to, let's say you've had second thoughts about applying for Airline Highway, maybe you want to apply to Florida. Great, Florida Boulevard. So it shows that you can reapply to the airline store June 4th, 2021. So every application or every unit receives their own application. So presumably you can reapply, or you can apply at every unit that you have interest in. Great. Wonderful. Thank you for viewing this video. And if you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe. And be sure to follow us on all our social media platforms. Thank you for tuning into the Career Center's YouTube channel, and we wish you well on your job search journey.